Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Well, actually it's Logan, but I don't think too many people would know where Logan is, so I always tell you it's in Brisbane, which is, Logan is part of Brisbane. Just to let you know a couple of things before I start, I've got a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. In there you'll find all the just photos of the cards that I do at my workshops and classes and on my videos. I do a live video on a Saturday morning in this large group here, Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. All the PDFs for these are in the Files tab in this group, the Tips and Tutorials group. If you wish to join this group, just for the PDFs if you like, you'll need to request to join. There are two questions that you need to answer. One is why you wish to join, and the other is that you agree to the rules. It's a very large group. There's close to 20,000 members in there, and I've got a lot of active ladies in there that share their cards and projects. If you're watching for the first time today, my YouTube channel is called Creative Gems, and I'd love you to subscribe if you haven't already done so. I've just clocked over 6,000 subscribers and I'm really happy with that. That's all the business side of it. It's not really business for me. I do this as a hobby, so just see if you like what I do. We'll get started. Today's card, very simple card today. It's called a corner tuck fold gift card holder. I've just decorated this one quite simply with, these are die cutouts from a set that I've got here. And if you open it up, you've got a little gift card pocket just in this side. You can pop your gift card in, and a little writing panel there. And this little angle piece at the side just closes it all shut nicely for you. So really simple to do. I'm doing a different pattern today, a couple of different colours as well. So I hope you like what I've chosen to do. These are my pieces. I shall go through them with you as I usually do. I've got all my measurements typed up here for you. You can either take a screenshot of this, or you can just, it will be in the description box of today's video. For the full PDF, as I mentioned before, it will be in that Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials group. So you can, it's in the Files tab in there. So you're welcome to have a look in there. Now, we'll go from this here. I've chosen Petunia Pop for my base. It's 9.5 by 4 1/4. The DSP on the right side of this, inside the base, that's this piece over here. If you can see that in under there. It's 5 1/4 by 4. And then the left side strip here, I've chosen a different colour, same as I have there. That's this little piece here. It's 4 inches by 1 inch. That's in that new cloud cover colour. It's the back of the paper. The paper I've chosen today is called Florals in Bloom. It's in the annual catalogue. Excuse me, I'll just have a mouthful before I get too croaky. My front feature panel is this here. That's the cardstock. It's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then the DSP on that is 3 by 3. So that, and I've got some decoration to put on that. My corner pocket, it's just in a square to start with, and I've put another piece at the back exactly the same size, so it gives it a little bit more stability in the corner. It's 2.5 by 2.5, and the DSP on top is 2.5 by 2.5. We'll glue those two together, and then I'll just cut on the diagonal to create the pocket. You'll have one spare piece left over if you want to do a second card. And then my little writing panel that's for this card here, the one in under here, that is 3 1/4 by 2.5. But this one here that I'm using today, it's cut with the deckled rectangles. It's approximately 3 1/8 by 1 3/4, but so long as it fits underneath here. You don't want it hanging right over here. So this one here, I've done a different pattern. I could have gone that way with it as well, but this one, it'll fit nicely under there and still get covered so you don't see the writing from the front of the card. So that's that one. Some scrapped cardstock. I've done some decorations to go on the front, and I've got my embellishments ready. So that's the measurements you'll need for the pieces, and we shall do some scoring. There's not much scoring to do and very little cutting to do. So we'll get started on this piece here. We're scoring at 5 1/2, which is there, just a score, and then 8 inches for the second score, which is over there. Oh, you will need a 1 3/4. I haven't put it on the thing there. You will need a 1 3/4 inch hole punch as well. So this, you just fold them, both folds, into valley folds like so. And this piece is going to go this direction. That will fold underneath. This little piece here is our pocket for our gift card. So this is where you'll need your hole punch if you've got one. Probably wouldn't matter if you did a bit smaller one. I'm only going to punch through about 1/3 of that, and I'm getting it even on both sides. And I've lined the end of the punch up with the score line there. So that's probably go a little bit further, right on the score line, as long as it's enough to grab hold of. Nearly lost a bit, went flying. So that's that piece there. Now, if you just get some tear and tape, and I do suggest tear and tape here, so the glue doesn't go everywhere inside your gift card holder. This will be nice and strong to hold it in there. So just to strip down each smaller side on this, my scissors, down that side and down that side. You will need to do this piece first, but do it before you stick it together, because otherwise it's too hard to get into that hole punch there. And I always burnish my tape so it sticks down nicely. And we'll take the backing off those and just secure that down. And that creates your little pocket there for your gift card. Fits comfortably in there. And it's sitting on that side. Now, the next piece you'll need, not much more cutting. This piece here, as I mentioned, this is out of the Florals in Bloom DSP, which is in your annual catalogue at the moment. Just stick that large piece in there. Not many pieces for this card. I'm really used to doing quite a more complicated cards than this one, but I would do something nice and quick for you today. Nice and simple. And coming on Christmas, this would look lovely in, it's a little bit, hang on a minute, I think that's a little bit wide. It's 4 inches, and I think I've done 4 1/4. No, 4 inches is right. Maybe this piece here is wrong. Why don't I just measure that? No, I've gone 4 1/8, but that's okay. We'll fix that as we go. We'll just have a tiny border top and bottom, like so. I did cut that at 4 1/8, but it's not going to make any difference going by this. Then we have, we can put, actually I'll glue these two. These are your corner triangle piece, which I shall glue together just to get them a bit, give it a bit of time to set. And make sure you put some glue in the middle, because you're going to cut this on an angle, and you want to make sure that it's glued down the angle as well. So we'll we'll go with that. Make sure it's nice and even around the edges. Should fit perfectly on top. We'll just put that aside for a minute to let it dry. This is your centre feature panel at the front. I'm going to run my stripes across as the same as this one. That's probably going to be a little bit, oh, we'll have the little small border on that one too. Should have double checked my measurements before I started. But that little 1/8 is not going to matter. It is 4 1/4 wide, the main card base. So this one will go on here. It's got the little 1/8 inch border around. Actually, I quite like the little narrow border on the top and bottom on that. And then this one here will go down that left-hand side on the outside of the card, not inside. It's a really pretty pattern on the back of this piece as well. It's a shame to cover it over. So this is going down this side, like so. You could put a wider piece on here if you want to cover all of that. Just do your measuring if you want to do a full piece of DSP there. This here is going to sit like so. I might decorate this first and I'll show you what I've got done. Not much, too much decoration. I've just done these out of the this is the what was it called? I think oh, here it is, Pretty Florals. It's the dies out of this set here, which lines up with the paper. All those dies. I use these three, the 3 little insert pieces, and then the stem for the in the Granny Apple Green. I'm just going to glue those onto there. I'll just glue them flat, and then I'll put my greeting up on dimensionals. Just get my silicone mat as well. Super quick card. Once you get all your pieces, I think the hardest part's deciding what sort of pattern you want on it. Put some down on the stems here. We're not get it nice and flat. Oops. And my tweezers. This will go over here. I'm going to put my greeting at the bottom of the stem. Actually, we can move those apart a bit. Nice and flexible, that stem. And this here I'll put up on dimensionals, which I did get some out. We're going to use dimensionals on that corner pocket as well. Just the side bits off the dimensionals, or you could use half a large one. I'll just pop my little happy birthday. This is out of the Beautiful Butterflies stamp set and dies. It's online at the moment. It used to be in the catalogue, but it's now online. I think it used to be in the catalogue, but it's online at the moment. So that's my little decoration for the front. And that's going on there. We'll just make an even border top and bottom. Just leave a little gap down there as well. And all I'm going to do is flip this over and position it where I want it. Turn it sideways. And we know to put glue just on the other side where it's going to stick down. You don't want it sticking to the other part of the card where it shouldn't. So if you flip it over and just put your glue on the back side, and then you can flip it back again. Just wipe that little bit across, and that will go on there. Down a little bit. Just giving it a nice little border down that edge there. That's that one. And then we let this set with the glue that we put on before. So all you're going to do is cut this on a diagonal from corner to corner to give you your little diamond shape in the corner, or triangle. I just put the cardstock on the back of it. I might use this one, it's a better one. Just to give it a little bit more strength in the corner, otherwise it's going to be quite flimsy if you just use, and I didn't want just cardstock, I wanted the pattern as well. So that's going on that corner. And what I did, to give you a nice slim, you don't want to put dimensionals too far out, so it limits you to your space. We'll get these scissors, and I'll just cut the edge off, just a nice thin edge along there, and we can slip one lot on the side. This is a good way to use up your little bits. Go that down that edge. You could probably use a normal dimensional if you wanted to, or cut them in half if you haven't got any edge bits left. And then we'll cut a little bit off this side. That to there. So you only want it on the two sides at the back, not along that front angled cut. And we're going to put that in the corner. I'll leave that open for now so we can get this nice and straight in the corner. You could put, actually I might put this one over, line it up with the DSP, so I've still got my little pinkish border. This one here I went right out to the edge, but you lose that little pink corner. This sort of blends in a little bit better when you're still seeing the petunia pop. And then this piece is just going to sit in there. Let's make sure it's underneath your, could probably gone a little bit bigger than that, but you can just freehand, not freehand, but just cut a piece the size that you want just with your trimmer. You don't actually need a die to cut it. I always use my dies for frames. And it's pretty much in the middle over there. Just a tiny writing panel, don't need much for that. And then that will tuck in under. If you bend that under like so, it holds it down beautifully. And it's better with the little dimensionals on the sides. It gives you a little bit more height rather than trying to squeeze it under and bend it. And I've got some embellishments to put on. I might just put them on the grey, the cloud cover. Still getting used to the names of the new colours. I'm going to use the Petunia Pop pearls out of this lot. Just put a couple down here. And a couple over that side. That will be enough. And that is such a quick, simple card to do. I hope you enjoyed that. I know how quick it is today. Not wasting anyone's time. We'll pop that under there. And we have two lovely little cards. I can see where I've gone wrong with there. It's only 1/8 of an inch difference, so just make sure you measure right, not like me. But it's not making that much difference to the card. You'll just see a little bit of wider edge along there. That's it from me, really quick today. I shall catch you all again next Monday at 9 AM. Have a lovely week and stay safe. Bye for now.